Hi, I'm Jenny. I had 23 years of chronic pain. 5 years ago, I couldn't walk more than 3 blocks. Now I hike easy 12 miles, salsa, pickleball, all the things.
Hi, my name is Alec Casson. I'm a former semi-pro cyclist, and I used to be partially bedridden on strong painkillers. And now I do 500-mile bike trips without even thinking about my back.
I used to suffer from chronic back pain, and it was difficult to get out of bed. And now I run every day and play with my daughter.
I received a diagnosis of long COVID. I couldn't walk or talk.
Now I can run, I can dance.
I was diagnosed with tendonitis in both of my wrists.
Now I can sit all day long at my computer and run my
unable
company.
to get out of bed. Now I can rock climb.
Like I'm stronger and better. I don't feel as afraid.
Jump. I can do anything I want.
Recovery from knee pain was dramatic and over.
Say 17 migraines a month to none.
Just about to run my first full marathon.
I performed on Broadway with no pain.
Now there's nothing I can't do. It's a whole new life.
I'm Dario Zagar. I'm a neurologist with Yale University.
I'm Dr. Becca Kennedy. I'm former lead of the Long COVID Clinic at Kaiser Permanente Northwest.
I'm Yoni Ashar. I'm a neuroscientist at the University of Colorado.
All pain is real, and all pain is generated in the brain. These things are revolutionary ideas.
There's new science about how pain is made. Pain is not made out in our body by our nerves.
So if you put your hand on a hot stove, the hand actually sends signals up through the nerve pathways into the brain.
The brain picks up on that neurochemical message and then begins to communicate with other parts of the brain saying, hey, I think we've got a problem here. We need to pay attention to this.
Most of the time, the brain does a pretty good job at letting us know when there's a threat or injury to the body and creating pain to protect us. You know, don't touch the fire, it's hot. But sometimes the brain gets confused.
I think it's helpful to think of the idea of safety and threat.
We now are learning that pain is really a protector. It's a signal from the brain that we are in danger.
And that when it feels like it is under threat, which may happen because at times it was, it can continue to perceive sensations or feelings or experiences as being threatening.
Coughing is a good one. Let's say you're sick, you have phlegm in your system, and you need to get it out. So your body, as a survival mechanism, we've developed the capacity to cough. So maybe 15 years ago, I got a virus and I was coughing, and that's, quote unquote, a danger signal or my body's way of alerting me to a certain threat. And for 2 weeks I was coughing, right? There was an actual reason for it. But after that, it caught. So even after the danger or the threat was gone, my brain was actually still interpreting danger. So I developed a chronic, what we call neuroplastic cough, where I was actually coughing for the next 3 or 4 months. There was no reason for it. My brain was actually interpreting danger where there was none, and I was coughing. And when I realized that it was essentially a false alarm, I was able to overcome it.
The Boulder Back Pain Study found that of the people we treated with chronic back pain, average duration of pain was 10 years. 3/4 of them were virtually pain-free in 1 month. In a study at Harvard, Mike Donino, our colleague, found that 2/3 of the people he treated, again with chronic low back pain, were virtually pain-free within a couple months.
In my recent study at UCLA, nearly 2/3 of patients with chronic musculoskeletal pain had a clinically significant improvement.
At Northwestern University, they scanned the brains of people who had recently injured their backs, and they found that the brain activity associated with back pain was in the pain processing parts of the brain. But then they followed these people for 1 year, and half those people got better, but the other half had developed chronic pain. And when they scanned their brains again, they found that the pain had shifted to a set of regions related to emotion and learning and meaning making, and they basically caught on camera, using a brain scanner, this transition from acute to chronic pain, suggesting that once the pain has shifted to these other set of brain regions, its activity in those regions can cause the pain to continue on loop.
The fear of the symptoms is a really big driver. It's what the loop basically is you have the symptoms trigger the fear of the symptoms triggers the fear.
Pain gets really learned in the nervous system, and just as we can learn symptoms, we can unlearn them.
I thought, there's no way. There's actually no way I can change my brain and address these incredibly severe and debilitating symptoms.
You know, it's understandable to have doubts about this. This is new science. What we're doing here is on the forefront of biomedical science. But the studies that are coming out and the research that is growing and being published, the results are just phenomenal. People are recovering from all kinds of chronic pain, long COVID, all kinds of chronic symptoms.
Migraines.
Chronic fatigue syndrome.
Post-concussive syndrome.
Symptoms blamed on chronic Lyme.
Food sensitivities.
Dizziness.
Pelvic pain.
POTS.
Fibromyalgia. Sciatica.
Bladder pain.
Digestive problems.
Plantar fasciitis.
Tremor.
Brain fog.
IBS, skin disorders. I could go on and on and on.
It's the biggest blind spot in healthcare, and it's a problem that's got a solution.
And the beautiful part of this is when it's a nervous system problem, we can help you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Matt McClanahan, and I've successfully treated hundreds of patients.
I have seen hundreds of people healed from these methods.
Probably at least 80%.
80% to 80%.
The majority of my patients.
The majority. Hundreds of patients.
Hundreds of patients.
Thousands.
Dozens.
Over 7,000 people successfully improved.
I have thousands and thousands of people who were formerly hopeless that are completely well.
This is a paradigm shift in thinking. It is a radical new way to think about the body.
A lot of this is so counterintuitive to everything we've ever done.
My patients tell me this is a real revolution.
I can't believe how limited of a life I lived and how tragic my future looked.
We're going to look back at the way we treat chronic pain now, the way we look at, using leeches in the Middle Ages. Like, everything's going to change.
I want the world to know that we really can rewire the brain. Just get the word out.